insulting and derogatory rhetoric that fell short of the standards of the code. The formal code complaints that I received and dismissed this year and last year had merit insofar as matters of relevance. They touched on issues of importance to your board and to your community. However, I am not given the jurisdiction to review board policy nor participate in changes to the policy, or as I mentioned, to receive MCIA complaints against trustees. And so again, I found myself having to explain this to the individuals who reached out to my office. I had one informal complaint versus 8 last year, and that one informal complaint was dismissed without further action. In March 2025, in the report before you, I set out that I was asked and I conducted a review of the YRDSB Trustee Code of Conduct and your protocol in relation to the changes as a result of the updates to Section 218.2 of the Education Act. In my review, I determined that the existing Code of Conduct and complaint protocol provisions for your district complied with the updates to the Education Act, and this confirmed that the work done in the past, that you have done in the past, on your ethics documents met current best practices as set out by the province. In conclusion, I state in the report before you that trustees have continued to endeavor to adhere to the rules of the code and demonstrate an engagement with my office in accountability and transparency. Of note, I conclude the report by stating that 2026 is a municipal election year, and as such, I commit to working with district staff as needed to develop election year guidelines to assist trustees to navigate this time period as they may be both candidates and members of the board. I'd like to thank the chair, board trustees, and board services staff for collaboration with my office in assisting me in fulfilling my mandate for the board as your integrity commissioner. And I thank you and submit this report for your receipt.
Thank you very much, Suzanne, for the very great report. I just want to, before I give my comment, I just want to open the floor to any one of my colleagues to have any questions for the annual report to Suzanne, our Integrity Commissioner. Trustee Law, please go ahead.
Thanks, Chair. Hi, Suzanne.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Yes.
In your report, you mentioned earlier there was discussion about how our board website help guide the public to, file reports and whatnot. I don't really recall seeing how is that? Can you give us do we need some work on that area?
Well, through the chair to you, Trustee Law. Again, it's not within my purview to make any evaluation of your website. It is just that the matters that came to my attention, the individual stated that they had some difficulty in finding how they may access, for example, when there was a review of a board policy, or if they were concerned about comments that were discussed at a committee or board meeting around a particular policy, how they were able to voice those concerns. And so certainly I know that you have a very comprehensive website. I'm not suggesting at all that there needs to be updated work, and it would not be within my jurisdiction to suggest that. I am just saying that I have heard from individuals that they don't know where to go and they don't know how to find this information. And so if it's already there, perhaps clarity for some people who may not be as proficient in navigating websites.
Great. Yeah, thank you very much. I guess, something to relate back to the policy subcommittee and, talk to them about it a little bit too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Law, for the question, and thank you, Suzanne. I have Trustee McCarthy.
Thank you, Chair Lynn. Through you. Hi, good afternoon, Suzanne. Nice to see you again. I like it that I only see you once a year. That makes me happy. So my question is about the review that you did on the code complying with the Ed Act here in Section 3, Issues of Note. I'm just curious, this review that you've done, is that mandated? Was that requested, or what was the catalyst that caused you to do the review? Thank you.
Thank you. Through Chair Lynn to Vice Chair McCarthy. I was asked by your former manager of board services, Mr. Jaffer. Yes, my understanding is that with the updates to the Ed Act, all boards had to be in compliance, and so some of the school boards' codes of conduct did not meet the threshold of completeness. So I was asked to take a look at the updates to the Ed Act as it relates to accountability and transparency to ensure that York Region District School Board's code and code complaint protocol were in compliance, and I found that they were. As a matter of fact, you have gone beyond in some cases as it relates to seeking to first look for informal resolution where there is a code complaint, ensuring that matters relating to discrimination in the Human Rights Act, Human Rights Code are included in your code. So it was a quick review for me because your code and code protocol contained all that the province required of codes and code protocols.
Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. We'll keep that in mind for the next time any updates are sent out to the Ed Act. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair. That's it for me.
Thank you very much. Any other trustees? Suzanne, thank you. Definitely is professional work that we want to uphold the public confidence in terms of that we are taking matter seriously through the Integrity Commissioner to uphold trustee code of conduct with the current context that we are in under the Bill 33. Trustee code of conduct continue to be a very, very high-stake item that we have to keep ourselves on at all time and to be alert. Thank you for the report for updating and allowing our code of conduct to be fully in compliant with the Ed Act. And thank you for giving us a brief review of what has happened over the past school year. Just for the record that prior to this meeting and this report, the chair also is not privy to any of the information, which I'm very happy with, so that I'm not getting myself into this independent arm's length work that you are doing. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees and members of the public and the senior team, I just want to offer my thank you to your work. And I like to see you, but I do not like to see you often, okay? Thank you so much, Suzanne. And Director, do you have any supplementary, or do you have anything else any wisdom that you want to provide to trustee? Please go ahead, Suzanne. Mr. Director, go ahead first.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think I've made comments publicly and privately that our trustees have been leading in governance in an exemplary way, and Suzanne's report here this evening absolutely confirms my commentary. And thank you very much, Suzanne, for the very thorough report and working through the process and making sure that we are in compliance, as Comptroller Fair had asked you to go through, as you explained to Vice Chair McCarthy. Thank you very much for the time engaged in that process as well, because we want to make sure that we are in compliance, and we're very pleased with the report you've shared with us all here this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director. Thank you, Chair Lynn, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. I'd just like to conclude by stating that I am arm's length. Yes, I report to the board, but I am independent and at arm's length. And for the knowledge of the public, when I receive code complaints, I take them very seriously. The absence of code complaints oftentimes demonstrates an adherence to the rules by trustees. In this case, I have spoken with members of your staff, and I have reviewed informal matters to the satisfaction of your compliance with the code. So years ago, there was a different story to be told for your board. Right now, as your directors pointed out, you are leaders in accountability, and I can confirm that, and I thank you for the work that you've done. Thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you, Suzanne, again. Have a great evening, and thank you. Moving along to the next agenda item, included on page 15 to 35 of the agenda packages correspondence received over the past month from various school board. Page 15 to 16, ministry memo, student and family support offices. Page 17 to 18, memo from the Deputy Minister of Education, chain supply transformation. 19 to 32, correspondence for Supply Ontario School Board procurement requirements. Page 33 to 35, correspondence from Shujin First Nation, number 29, child well-being. Those are all information item for trustee review. Thank you. Moving along to go to agenda item number 6 from the information item. The 6, we have some routine annual exercise to go through as an information item. The board member sitting arrangement 2025-2026 was provided as a handout for trustee information. I just want to state that the chair does not have any influence to this, and I just want to say thank you to Audrey Ballard, Trustee Services Manager, for bringing this information item up. Trustee, if you have any questions, please feel free. I think I have, it is as the handout sent out to my colleagues earlier today. I am good with it, but I am open for any question or any supplement from Audrey if you have any. It's pretty straightforward. We are not doing this for the first time, but we like to give a little bit of a mixtures, that there's only so much combination that we can mix this room, to be honest. So we will continue to work with our jurisdiction. Thank you very much. I did not see any questions. So this board meeting plan information item, we will just go to the board for information. Thank you. Moving along is trustees schedule 2026 board meeting special announcement, verbal update. Chair recognized Manager, Trustee Service Audrey Ballard to speak to the trustee speaker schedule 2026 board meeting special announcement.
I just wanted to say that the trustee speaker's schedule will be sent to trustees after the December 9th board meeting, because the heritage and significant months and days is going through that board meeting. And at that point, trustees will receive the schedule and they can let us know what dates they would like to provide special announcements for at the board meetings over the 2026 year.
Thank you, Audrey. So this is another items that we go through this annual exercise to recognize Heritage Month for the upcoming school year 2026. Colleagues, please look out for our email and put our interest in the recognition for the special announcement and Heritage Month. Thank you very much. Are there any questions, trustees, for this information items? Not hearing any, thank you. Pending item lists up on page 37 to 43 is here for trustee information. There are a lot of calendar there Audrey, do you want to give a very brief summary of this information item, if any?
Sure. And through you, Mr. Chair, nothing stands out of major on this ongoing pending items list, which can change constantly. But we do have our meetings scheduled for the next while, and we do carry it right through to I think we go back, or we go as far as kind of 2020, no, 2026. Yeah. Sorry, my thing is mixed up. We go all the way to 2026, yes, and May 2027 for our information.
Meetings day.
Yes, after the election, but
Okay.
nothing major.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And colleagues, we can go through that calendar and mark our date accordingly. Thank you. Moving along, February 2026 trustee newsletter is here for our input. Trustee, do we have any input to give to staff on this item for February newsletter? Yeah. Trustee Butterworth.
I was just going to ask, can you, if someone from who is working on the trustee newsletter could just give us an overview of things that you're already sort of including, just to get my brain working on what's going to be the message in February? Thank you.
We haven't started drafting that yet, but generally February would be a month where we talk about progress report cards, looking towards spring break. Those might be some of the high-level topics we might talk about, but happy to collect any input if you have any other thoughts. And we would also fill in any blanks if you are looking to fill that in. We just don't have the blanks filled in at this point yet.
Thank you, Christina. And to carry Trustee Butterworth's conversation, Trustee, the floor is open for any input, ideas. Feel free to unmute your microphone or just raise your hand and just speak up so that communication can take some of our input. Trustee Butterworth.
Thank you very much. I was going to mention about like some heritage months, so Black History Month for one, and whatever else. I'd have to look at the schedule again, but what's in there. I was also going to say, I know that our Pathways teams have lots of things coming up for like skills competitions. Like I think in March is the robotics one, but I know there's lots of other things. So if we could talk about things that, you know, Pathways. I mean, I know there's something in every department, but that's, you know, directly impacts students. That's one thing. Thank you.
No, thank you. Trustee Butterworth, that's a good input. Any other trustees? I remember that February, we do have a more Heritage Month coming along, and over the past, through the Parent Council Forum, we have had a lot of pathway explanation. I think it is also good that since the system is looking heavily to the emerging important items on artificial intelligence, I think it is maybe good to allow parents to preview them, that we are working on the AI guidelines to allow the whole system to empower this service through curriculum, through student services, for staff, for students, and for families on how to navigate. It doesn't have to be long, but just let the public know that we are a busy board and working along with the current context. So that's one thing that comes to my mind. And communication is always great to local level trustees. That if you have anything happen locally, you can always reach out to communication team, and they can help to tweet to fulfill the needs of your constituents. So thanks, Christina. Trustee Butterworth, yeah, please go ahead.
Not sure if it'll be relevant, but speaking with one of the student trustees last night, I know Friday, and I think the director mentioned it this past Friday, they had the President's Council thing, and some good things came out of that in terms of, I don't know, clubs or something. If you can touch base with them to see if there's something that they would feel is important to include in our newsletter, I think that would be great too, that they've got a bit of an impact there too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Trustee, for your input. Thanks, Christina, again. Moving along, we will have a couple of decisions item. I am looking at page 45 to 46. We have a request for delegate status, M. Austin. Included on page 45 to 46 of the agenda package is the request for delegation status and Austin regarding Georgina Busing Secondary Specialty Program for trustee consideration and a decision. I have read that. The chair recommends the following motion for adoption. Resolve that the Governance and Board Organization Committee shall schedule the delegation as presented to the GBOP for the next Learning, Equity, and Wellbeing Standing Committee meeting. Further resolve that trustee services be authorized to advise the delegate of the decision of GBOP. Is there a mover? Thank you, Trustee Michael Chen. Any question? The question is on the adoption of the motion as read by the chair. All those in favor, committee member of question, say yay. All those opposed to unmute your microphone and say no. Yes for me?
Yes, for me.
Yes.
Yes, for trustee, right? Yes, Pamela McCarthy?
Thanks. The yes have it. The motion is, as read by the chair, is adopted, and the delegation is scheduled for the next Learning, Equity, and Wellbeing Standing Committee meeting. Thank you very much, trustees. The chair will recognize Christina Choham, again from Communication, to answer any question on this item before we proceed to the recommendation. On the recognition of Heritage Significant Month. And it has been recommended. So it has been recommended that the GBOT recommend the board adopt the following motion, that the York Region District School Board approve the following recommendation, that the Heritage and History Month outlined in Appendix A of the staff report be recognized at the appropriate regular monthly board meetings, and that trustee wishing to recognize other heritage or significant month or days outlined in Appendix B of the staff report do so as part of special announcement as the appropriate regular monthly board meeting. Trustee, are there any questions? Without objection, the GBOC shall recommend the board adopt the recommended motion. Is there any objections? Trustees? Hearing none, without objection, GBOC recommends that the board adopt the presented motion. Thank you very much. Moving along, page 55 to page 58, Special Education Committee representation. I noticed there are 3. The chair recognized Coordinating Superintendent Wendy House to speak to the next 3 decision items all in one. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you through you, Chair. I am requesting this evening approval for the replacement of some of our SEAC representatives. So first, for approval for Sue Walters to be the representative and Claire McDonald as the alternate representative for Your Support Services Network effective December 9th, 2025 to November 14th, 2026. I'm requesting approval for Sandy Ho to be the representative for Autism Ontario Central East Region effective December 9th, 2025 for the term ending November 14th, 2026. And that we receive approval for Isabel Kadur as the alternate representative for the Learning Disabilities Association of York Simcoe effective December 9th, 2025 for the term ending November 14th, 2026.
Thank you, Coordinating Superintendent House, for this, and always appreciate the SEAC contribution. And Trustee Butterworth has been sitting in the SEAC and is always able to share good information with us, so thank you. Without objection, the committee, it has been recommended that the Governance and Board Organization Committee recommend that the board adopt the following motion. Resolve that per Regulation 46497, Special Education Advisory Committee regarding additional SEAC members to the board approval, the appointment of Sue Waters, Sandy Ho, and Isabel Kadur as, for Sue Waters and Sandy Ho as representative. You know what, I will do it, read it out separately more clearly, even though they are all doing the same role. I'll read it again. Resolve that per Regulation 46497, Special Education Advisory regarding additional SEAC members, the board approved the appointment of Sue Waters as the representative of, and Claire McDonald as the alternate representative for the Your Support Service Network to the Special Education Advisory Committee effective December 9, 2025, for the term ending November 14, 2026. Further resolve that per Regulation 46497, Special Education Advisory regarding additional SEAC members, the board approved the appointment of Sandy Ho as the representative of Autism Ontario Central East Region to the Special Education Advisory Committee effective December 9, 2025, for the term ending November 14, 2026. Last but not least, further resolve that as per Regulation 46497, Special Education Advisory Committees regarding additional SEAC members, the board approved the appointment of Isabel Kadur as the alternate representative of the Learning Disability Associations of York Simcoe to the Special Education Advisory Committee effective December 9, 2025, for the term ending November 14, 2026. I got it right. Is there any objection to the adoption of the motion? Since there's no objection, the GBOT recommend that the board adopt the motion as read by the chair. Thank you to Sue Waters, Claire McDonald. They are familiar names returning and helping. Sandy Ho, and welcome Isabel Kadur as the alternate representative. And thank you again, Coordinating Superintendent House. You make me a mouthful. Thank you. So, moving along. Trustee appointment to the board and optional committees for 2025-2026 handout has been distributed to all trustees after the inaugural meeting, and thank you, trustee, for your indulgence. The trustee appointment to the board and optional committee for 2025-2026 was provided as a handout for trustee information. The GBOC has before us the draft trustee appointment to board and optional committee for 2025-2026. The chair, prior to this handout, had reached out to each one of the individual colleagues, trustees, for this draft trustee appointments. I will allow trustee to take committee members and trustee to take a brief review of that. Minor changes. Without objection, the GBOC shall recommend that the board adopt the following motion: that the York Region District School Board approve the following recommendation, and resolve that the board appoint the following trustees as provided in the handout to the respective board and optional committees for 2025-2026. Since there's no objection, the GBOC has recommended the motion to the board for adoption. Thank you very much, colleagues and staff in assisting in drafting this 25-26 committee appointment. Moving along, page 67 to 68, draft agenda for our board meeting, public session, December the 9th, 2025. On page 67 to 68 for our approval. I'm just taking a look at it. Without objection, the agenda is approved. Thank you very much, trustee and staff. As there's no new business, this public meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, trustee, staff, and members of the public. Am I? Okay, and we will follow